How's it going, everybody? My name is Matthew, and for 3.5 years, I lived in a cargo van full-time so I could reboot my life. Along the way, I created some amazing memories and had some not-so-great experiences, but it all helped make me who I am today. Now, I am settling down and building a home for myself and my little girl while sharing my experiences and overcoming new challenges from van life to house life and everything in between. Welcome to Van Life Plus.
Like an acrobat, you got more to hide than a Siamese cat. Cold and labor chasing after you. They tell you what to wear and tell you what to do. Out there living by an old salt mine, you wonder all the way and wonder all the time. Here making history. And if you're jumping from the window, close your eyes and hop right down to me. Out here dancing with a broken shoe. You're a model A, it's really coming through. Tripping over me, I'm falling so fast I can hardly even see. Tell me, what do you want more than here and now? A spinning clear mind on a merry-go-round. While you're waiting for the future, we'll be out here making history. While you're thinking about the last one, close your eyes and hop right down to me. You were born to quote the Raven. We're not coming, I believe. Getting tired of all the Joneses, trying to make a home between our hearts. Tell me we're together when it all goes dark, after all the money and the fame departs. When a tree falls down, does it make a sound? Who even really cares if we won't be around?
right, well, there's a perfect example of me underestimating the day. I thought I'd be able to get away without using my mics today, just to, keep things streamlined and simple for myself. But it's windy out here, so we'll probably have to use the mic. And then, of course, did I bring my dead kitten with me? No, I didn't. But it is what it is. Today is the day we are going to begin streamlining the good ship Lucky in preparation for her 3.0 rebuild. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, make sure you're subscribed and you got notifications turned on so you never miss a Van Life Plus episode. Essentially, though, what I'm doing is taking the van that I had lived in for 3.5 years full time, and I want to convert her into more of a comfortable overlanding weekend warrior camping bug out vehicle. That's a mouthful. But anyway, more importantly, everybody just calm down. This is going to be a very slow burn process. We have this much need for rushing, so we're going to take our time. So there's not going to be any rebuilding or even deconstructing in this episode, but I've wanted to go through Lucky, comb over her really carefully, see what I have in her, what can I remove, and start the process, so to speak. Plus, I haven't had the old girl out in a while. The weather in Calgary last week was scorching, and if you don't know, not a fan of hot weather, especially when you're living in a van. I've been saying for years that summer is the most difficult season when you're living full-time. Wind! And I was quite happy to have Tortuga to take refuge in. I'm pretty sure that is the name of the new Sticks and Bricks. That is the port for the good ship Lucky and Grace O'Malley, the Irish pirate queen, and my dumbass. So, anyway, I haven't had her out in a while. I wanted to get her out here and spend some quality time with her and see what we can see. So, I'm going to stop yapping here. Well, I'm not going to stop yapping. Are you kidding me? But let's open up her ass and see what we can see. Apologies, Lucky. That was crude. So I decided to come down here to the Inglewood Bird Sanctuary in Calgary. It's a really nice place. Well, this is just the parking lot of the bird sanctuary. Yeah, it's a really nice sort of like nature preserve for, well, birds. Spoilers. And it's just well over yonder. It's completely free, as far as I remember. It's been a hot minute since I've been here. But it's a really nice place to come if you're a photographer or you're just like a nature lover and want to go for a nice walk. I might do that later. But unlike last week where the weather was super hot and warm, and the reason I'm frustrated that I don't have my dead kitten with me is it's breezy, it's chilly. Hell, I'm wearing a flannel in June, which is unheard of around these parts. So we'll see where the day takes us. Anyways, here we are at Lucky's rump. We gotta start getting her organized. Plus, I'm also probably going to strip the bed and take the sheets inside, give them a wash. It's been a hot minute since that has happened. Oh, and I need to point this out. I noticed this the other day. I came out to Lucky to get something from her booty, as I do. And when I went to open up the second cargo door here, grab the handle, I can open it. And I'm not gonna be able to convey this across through the camera sort of thing. But this handle has a lot more tension on it than it ever used to. Like, it takes a lot more finger force to get her to swing open. And I don't really know why. My theory is when it was hot last week, it affected the spray foam insulation that is behind this panel. I redid that recently, just in the last chapter. I filled these door cavities with spray foam. I was very mindful to keep them away from the mechanisms that are part of these handles. But yeah, like you can kind of see through in there, right? Like this, there's no spray foam here because that's where all of the mechanics of this door are, and this handle's completely fine. But this one has definitely gotten tighter. It still works, thank goodness. But that's the only thing I can think of because that's the only thing that changed. I hadn't had the kind of heat I had last week back when I filled the doors with the spray foam. So something to keep in mind if you're wanting to do that. I don't know if necessarily that was worth it. I am still a firm believer that it was worth it to get that ratty foam batting out of there or whatever, because that shit was just nasty AF. All right, well, where to begin? Grab one drawer, yard her out. Grab the other drawer, yard her out. Hiya! Lucky. Look at all of our shit. Haha. Fancy that. So I've taken a lot of stuff from Lucky into Tortuga for sure and just started, nesting and making my home and getting the appropriate amount of things in there, like clothing and my pillows, obviously, because I only had one set of pillows, the ones that were in the van. My ultimate goal, though, of course, is I don't want to have to consistently be bringing stuff back and forth between the two when I want to just go on an impromptu trip, right? Or an overnight wild camping in the city. Who knows? Definitely want to make that sort of transition as easy as possible. So we're going to be figuring out how many clothes I want to have stocked in the van and have them ready to go at the drop of a hat, as well as stuff like pillows and whatnot. So currently I have no pillows in Lucky, so I guess that might be a trip to the stupid store, but we'll see. I'm already getting ahead of myself. But there's other stuff too that I just simply don't need, right? Saying that and looking over the good ship Lucky, I don't necessarily know how true that is. Well, there's certain things for sure. A lot of my tools, I was having a conversation with my buddy Mike back a couple months ago before I got the place. And he's like, you don't need to keep your tools in the van anymore, right? You can take all of these tools out, right? I got a sander, I got an impact driver, I've got a drill that we will need today actually, and I've got my, oh my god, I got a heat gun, I got my Dremel, I got my zip saw, whatever. And you know, we were talking like, yeah, I could get all that stuff out of the van, and then that's less stuff taking up room in here and more room for whatever more like camping essentials, because you don't by and large need a bunch of tools when you're going camping. Although seeing it now, I'm like, but I like having my tools here. This is where I do all of my projects. So I don't know. We'll have to do an inventory, and I guess we should just start by yarding shit out. All right, saws, sanders, impact drivers, heat guns. Here we go. Lay them all out. That is one big pile of shit. That does not mean that everything here didn't have a use. It absolutely did, at least at some point, you know? Some decorative, some functional, some fun, but wow. And this isn't even everything in the van, right? This is the majority of this is what was back here in these drawers. So you can see they are, well, majority empty. Tasty. Come with me, you little bugger. Right? And that's it. It's all back here in these bad boys, plus on this side in that cubby, and all the way over here on this side in that cubby. Oh, what do we have left in here? Oh, shocking. Typical me. Band-Aid stuff. Because we all know how I like to be irresponsible with my digits. But yeah. Wow. So now the goal is to go through all of this stuff and essentially inventory it. And why am I that guy with everything spread out in the parking lot? Well, it's easier to inventory when you can see everything. My God. Oh man, seeing this all out like that is crazy. But it's like, yeah, I used absolutely everything here, more or less, right? But some things will always have more frequent functions than other things. Case in point, something that doesn't have a big function. Look, we've got this Christmas light projector that I used during my live Christmas special just this past December. I guess like this could go into the house, because this could be something that would be cool to have come Christmas time. Way more functional at Tortuga than in a good ship Lucky. So Number one, we'll bring this bad boy over here. And the plan here is as we go through all of this stuff, we're going to put it into this massive bin that I just happened to have on hand that wasn't filled with anything else. Moving right along. So to go back to the whole tool aspect, right? These are all of the tools that I used to not only build Lucky, but that I had on hand the entire time I was in the van. Well, except for these two new fans. Those I got from Ian and Big Fella. So they haven't actually been used yet, but I'm hoping they're gonna, well, not hoping, they are gonna come in handy with the summer camping season for sure. So drill, a newer addition to the fleet. I've got my 1/2-inch drive impact driver. That's good for taking the lug nuts out of Lucky's tires. Heat gun, that's great for removing stickers, decals, and that sort of thing. Actually, we might be able to put that to use a little bit later, although the EcoFlow, which is right over there, is crawling around on the floor a little exhausted. Last night I checked, it was at 9%. That's because I left the USB port inverter on for over a week. Turns out it also has a phantom draw. So that thing, I don't know. Well, maybe Lucky will be able to power the heat gun with her inverter. We'll see. Getting ahead of myself, as I usually do. Over here we got a 1/4-inch impact driver. That's good for smaller, stubborn nuts. Sander, this is a newer addition as well. I used to have a corded one, same brand as the heat gun. But this is great. All these Ryobi tools use the exact same batteries, which is really nice when you have this sort of arsenal in a van. This saw, fairly new addition, I got when I was helping Amber modify Regina of, what was that, a few months back. Jigsaw, this is invaluable when you're building a van, sort of useless once you're living in the van, but it depends on the projects you got going on. This blower was sent to me by Martin and Amelia over at Van Life Van Gaming. And it is great. It's great for like blowing shit away and also inflating things. And of course the vacuum. This thing has definitely seen better days. It ended up melting. I think it was a melt against the original diesel heater vent. So it's a little demented, as you can see, but she still works. She still does the job. And of course we got a whole bunch of wrenches here. All this stuff got used. This are my step bit set. That got used. This is a socket set. That got used. This is an older socket set from my grandfather's garage, full of all of the sockets that are very specific to the good ship Lucky. And of course, the ruler that made so much of both builds possible. Where were you when I needed you, you bastard? And of course, all of my cooking stuff, right? We've got the Jetboil Genesis stove over here with a propane tank, my cast iron, and my induction friendly pan. They're stacked together, and that induction pan is needed before the induction cooktop. Right there, of course, the air fryer. So much screen time in the last couple chapters. Oven mitts, those are great. You're gonna find multiple purposes for those for sure. And then the Rock reversible griddle. I've had a couple people ask me, what is this? Where did I get it? But yeah, it's just, it's from the company, what is it? Skillfrit? Scriffit? Spiffit? I don't know. It's called Heritage The Rock. And it is a reversible grill. That's all it is. It's just a grill topper. You got the flat side on one side, great for making pancakes. This side, better for making burgers, wieners, that sort of thing. And I just lay it across the camp stove when I'm, needing to use it, for lack of words, apparently. Of course, we've got the all-star crew over here, the food processor. Didn't see as much screen time on the channel, but definitely needed when I'm making my enchiladas, because who the hell wants to dice up onion and green pepper by hand? The egg boiler, the waffle maker, and I thought there was something else specific. No. Also make sure, no matter what, amongst all of your shit, that you got some pancake mix. Pancakes. Something else my dad gave me at the very beginning of my van life, and it's still good, was a sack of this Ready Wise prep food. This is all dehydrated food in here, the meals that you just add hot water to, and it's just like, in case of emergency. Dad strapped me with this when I first moved into the van. Thankfully, I haven't had to use it yet, but it's always something that's really good to have on hand, because you never know what sort of situation you might find yourself in. And I'm pretty sure our friends down at Craze Outdoors here in Calgary, which is a local camping overland supply store, family owned and operated. If you're new around here and you haven't heard of them, if you're in Calgary, check them out. They've started stocking this brand of food, so definitely worth looking into if you are in town. You can use promo code VanLifePlus at checkout if you're shopping online. Save yourself 10% off your first order. But I'm getting off track. Also, you're gonna need wiener pokers that are looking like big long wieners. Just saying. Oh, and of course, rubber duckies, because if you're gonna have a Jeep Wrangler in your fleet, you better be damn sure you got rubber duckies to get rid of. This school bus just honked at me. I don't need a ride, but thank you very much. And speaking of, like I was just saying, of not wanting to move stuff in and out of Lucky consistently when I want to take off in her on a trip, this is what I picked up this morning at the dollar store. 2 litter pans for Penny, and we're gonna modify it the same way we have modified the last 2 litter pans, because this is the most affordable way to do this. These pans were $4 each. They don't have any holes in them. They are literally just trays, and we're gonna use our drill to blow some holes in here, and we're gonna make our own sifting litter box, because if you go to any pet store, at least up here in Canada land, and you try to get yourself a pre-made sifting litter pan, you're gonna be paying upwards of $20 to $30. It's just crazy, man. I just brought that out for the effect. Stay. All this stuff that I've accumulated too over the years, right? Like, obviously a newer addition. We've got our camping mat here. I've got so many different chairs, but this Trekology one I've had for a hot minute. It's a great little collapsible chair, obviously because it fits into this tiny little bag. This I got from Cam, otherwise known as just Cam and his Jeep. It's a nice knife sharpener. Thank you again, sir. Still have it. That is a Christmas ornament in the shape of an original Nintendo Entertainment System controller. That came from Lisa. Thank you, darling. It was just sort of rattling around in the back there. Oh, I'm gonna be able to get a proper Christmas tree this year and decorate it. Right, it's summer. Let's just reel it back in a little bit, Matthew. We got our geyser shower here. This is, I enjoy this. A lot of people like give it a hard time and whatnot, but for what it does, it has come in handy for me. No, I don't use it, or I didn't use it as often as I thought I would. But again, it's a nice thing to have if you're in the bush and you need to scrub your pits, right? Yeti mugs over the years collected. I've got even more like water bottles and stuff. They're at Tortuga right now. And jack here, this thing, I haven't had to actually use this, but this was my grandfather's original hydraulic jack, I think. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. I hesitate because I know that my dad has a hydraulic jack as well, I think. Oh my God, my brain is failing me today. That is what it is. That was my grandfather's. I've had it in Lucky this entire time, but I've never had to use it. You also know what else I haven't had to use the entire 3.5 years I've been in the good ship Lucky? That. The spare tire. I've gone back and forth with that thing. It was an epic ride across the years, right? It started its life where all the spare tires on these Chevy vans do, and that was underneath the rear bumper. But when I was doing a in the wild tire rotation back in the day, I believe it was chapter 2 actually, I utilized that spare tire. The little hoist underneath that, you know, keeps the tire there that you gotta like, and that shit, it was rusted and I had to boot F the whole tire off and break that hoist. So I wasn't able to put it back up there when I was done using it. I think I actually, if I'm not mistaken, I carried it around on a little hitch cargo basket for a while, along with a tank of diesel and the cat's wood pellets for their litter, because I'm a classy mother effer like that. And then once I got that roof basket, spare tire's been up there ever since. And it's like one of those things, you know, as soon as I decide to be like, you know what, I don't need the spare tire, let's just put it in storage. As soon as I head off on a trip, that's when I'm gonna get a flat tire. That and the jack, never had to use them, but they are perfect examples of things. There's better to have them and not need them than need them and not have them, you know? And a whole bunch of odds and ends here. We've got Grace's tow kit equipment here, right? The tow cables, the power cable, the big old bolts to hold her onto Lucky when she's being towed. Whole bunch of spraying solution, laundry, goo gun, that orange stuff. I'm gonna come over here actually, because this stuff is a great thing to have on hand to get grime and grit off of your fingers if you're doing mechanical work or anything else that makes you all sorts of grubby. And some of us do not enjoy being grubby, and that stuff is great. We got all-purpose interior cleaner. We got some Rain-X. This also came from Cam a couple years ago, dude. Still got it. It's great for the windshield, although Lucky's windshield needs to be completely replaced right now, so I'm not going to waste that on there now. We've been lugging around this propane tank for a hot minute with us. Again, of course, the EcoFlow here. We've got tripod accessories. We've got some magnet mounts. We've got a depiller for our flannels, the first aid kit. We've got even more products that were all in those cubbies on the side of the drawers, right? I've got PB Blaster, which is basically just, it's penetrating oil for stubborn bolts that are rusted on and whatnot. Silicone lubricant. You never know. And then I've got some black spray paint that came from the Lucky 2.0 build. And I've got a single can left over of my Premium Guard beige rubberized rocker guard spray. For anybody wondering, this is the stuff that made the good ship Lucky transform from white to yuck this stuff right here. And as you can see, she definitely needs a touch-up. So that'll probably come in handy sooner rather than later. Of course, the legendary piss bottle, gotta have that on hand. And a whole bunch of other stuff. So I think I'm just gonna take a beat here, start going through all of this stuff and figure out what I want to keep in the van for sure and what can go into our giant black container. Actually, you know what we should do first before anything else? We'll actually utilize the vacuum. We're gonna clean out these drawers as best we can because carpe diem and all that. When you got empty space that gets dirty, clean it when you can. Oh, hello, how are you?
Oh my God, nice to see you.
You as well, my dear.
Oh my God, Lucky!
Right?
So nice to meet you, girl.
Oh yeah, I had Grace the last time we ran into each other.
Yeah, because we're at
Walmart. Yeah, down at Hotel
Oh.
Walmart.
My God. Lucky girl. Nice to finally see you. Holy
Yeah,
shit,
she-
you did a really good job with her, though. Well, it's all unschmutzy now, but...
It's all in schmutzy now. All of that shit was back here.
I know.
Good!
I don't know how you did it.
Oh, I don't know either.
All of this shit. Matthew, are you kidding me?
No. I know, isn't that stupid?
Oh my God.
Everybody, this is Cheryl. Say hi.
Hi.
I don't know how well you can hear her. The mic's on me, but yes. She's been a Patreon supporter for a while and a follower on YouTube for even longer, and she's spoiling me with housewarming presents. Oh my gosh.
Now, I have this. It is amazing. I bought it, of course. I work at Costco, so hello.
Thank you. You know I won't be putting any of that stuff in there.
Oh God, no.
This stuff's fine though.
Well, I use this for smoothies.
Yeah,
In the
100%.
summertime.
Yeah,
Now,
absolutely.
Found this yesterday at Sobeys.
Oh, never mind. This is not what I was expecting. And oh wow, I haven't had it for
No,
so long.
because
Thank you.
Every time I go to Sobeys, I look.
Right? It's so hard to find. We had this conversation the
And I
last time.
found that yesterday.
Oh, thank you.
Now for the Pirate Princess.
Yeah.
Not only did she get one, she got both.
Oh, you got it. You didn't have to get her both.
got her
Oh,
both.
that is so kind of you. Whoa, now we got something to do tomorrow night. We're at Lindsay's tonight for tacos, but that's so kind of you.
And now, big fat putty tat.
Yeah, she needs it. She's been taking her frustrations out on the
But
stairs.
it's also got where she can go underneath it.
Oh, and give herself a bit of a scratch?
Yep.
Oh, thank you so much. You didn't have to do. Yeah, no,
Yes,
yeah.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. Well, look at. There's so much more room for activities. Thank you.
I went to Amazon.
That is so very kind of you. I appreciate that. And yeah, this is great because she's got this one game that Amber got her a while ago. It's little Cocomel, and essentially it's charades, right?
Right.
But it's super simple. So like she draws a card and it's like, wave your hand, and the clue is hand.
I think you were playing that.
Oh, probably. And it's the most obnoxious game ever because there's only like 4 cards for every category. So I'm just like,
Because I saw one that you were watching and you drew, I think it was corn, and you're like, well, how am I going to
yeah.
You're like, saved by the phone.
Yeah,
Mom called.
that's right. Mom called, saved my butt. That's true. But like, it's been fun to play, but it's just like when it's the only one you have, it's a little frustrating. So this is super cool, and she loves like high energy stuff. And I'm pretty sure she said she played this at school, which is crazy to me. But
I almost bought you something else. I think you had to pick
you
one.
don't need to buy me anything else. Well, it's a good thing we made room in Lucky. What is that? Oh, it's a pirate chicken, rooster, or ostrich?
It's a pirate chicken, but the problem is it's a dog. Oops. It's a dog. Sorry, I forgot you're filming.
We're doing really good.
Sorry.
It's okay.
First time on YouTube, people.
No, it's all good.
It's a dog toy.
Oh, yeah, we don't need it. You were going to get that for Brooklyn?
No, for you.
For what the hell am I?
No, because it's the whole
That was
pirate
perfect.
thing.
No, I
The
understand.
whole
It's a dog
pirate
toy
thing.
you're gonna get for you.
But no,
Oh,
but I was
son.
gonna take a picture of it, and I thought you could put it in your sticks and bricks and display it. It's because of the whole pirate
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. That's
I know,
cute.
I took a picture of it.
Where was that?
At work.
Oh, that's at work at Costco?
Yep.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
But I took a picture of it to show you instead.
Yeah. That's okay. Some things we don't need, right?
Mm.
It's okay. I appreciate the thought. I'm very happy that pirate of any sort, even on a chicken, brings me to mind. Doesn't necessarily mean I
Because
need.
it was pirate, right?
Yes,
so I thought
100%.
That would be a gag.
Oh. No, that's the problem. Is I'll just start getting gag gifts, and that'll be the entire Tortuga. Bye. Aw, that was so kind of her. Thank you again, Cheryl. If you're watching this, obviously, we just had a really nice sort of hangout conversation about things. She's a huge supporter of mine. It's always nice to have those chats. Very humbling still, too. And look, now we can make all of the adult beverages pina colada style, as well as healthy smoothies. Everybody just calm down. Pineapple juice, we could actually put that into Lucky's fridge And yeah, a couple board games for Brooklyn and a scratcher for Penny. We'll get that assembled once we get back to Tortuga. And yeah, so we better keep keeping on here and get Lucky organized. I don't know if something's blowing in that's going to ruin my life, but hopefully not. Either way, stay on point. So let's start getting stuff put back in. Like stuff that I know for sure I'm going to keep will be my camping stove, obviously. Why would we move the camping stove anywhere else? So when it comes to these two drawers back here, if you didn't see my build videos when I was redoing it and put these massive drawers in, because they have not been with me since day one, but I absolutely love them. This one is way sturdier than this one because of the way I designed it. The slides for the big drawer are on the outside, and that gives you far more stability than the way I did it on this drawer, which was putting them underneath, right? So this still works, but when you pull it all the way out, you get way more wobble. So this drawer, it's very important to remember I only keep lighter items in. Items such as my silicone pint glasses from the Flathead Lake Brewing Company that I got when I was down there with Lindsay and Sadie last year. Although, to be fair, I don't think I'm going to keep these in Lucky. They're great for van life. Don't get me wrong, because like being silicone and everything, you can just do shit like this, right? No big deal. But silicone it's hard to explain. It's hard to keep clean. It's got that like really tacky, weird, grippy feel to it. And cleaning with vinegar, I found, is a little obnoxious with these. So these will probably actually suit me better at Tortuga. So maybe we will keep these and see if we can... Kobe! Nailed it! But we will keep the emergency food in these drawers. And maybe this could be something that goes over on the skinny side at the back. So before it was taking up space in here, but now you could go here. Because obviously the way physics work, as unsupported as this is out here, it still remains pretty decent up here. So there we go. Stop fiddling with your drawers, Matthew. And the induction cooktop, that can definitely stay in here as well. Will not have any use for that in sticks and bricks. And when I find myself with enough power in Lucky's battery bank or at a campground with shore power, this would be a nice thing to have, especially if it's too windy outside to be using the camp stove. This is clearly not how I had this shit in here. Do it like this. Wait a second. How is this organized? Stove on top of you, maybe? Okay. And then grab our cookware, because again, our two pans work great. These were never going to be leaving. These ride here. Better than nothing. Stainless steel. No, not stainless steel. Chainmail scrubby. This thing's great for cast iron. And we will put the reversible griddle in here as well. That can just stay there. Pretty much the only place for it to go. This Rubbermaid tub I've had back there forever, and it's got a whole bunch of odds and ends in it as well. I got this to just help keep myself organized. It's very hard to do with one hand. But it's got, yeah, even more stuff in it. Like, how necessary will this stuff be to keep in Lucky? I mean, it's my whole little collection of screws and staple guns and yeah, no, this stays. This 110% stays in the good ship Lucky. I'm sure there's other little odds and ends I could actually put in here to help reduce the amount of little things that are just hanging out in the drawers back here. Like, I've got this roll of wire. Will this fit in here? It's a little tight. Nope, that'll work. Perfect. A hole saw. I've got Gorilla Tape. My goodness. Big ass socket. Like, honestly, this is another thing that I should probably go through and reduce, but that seems a little excessive for today. Oh, there's that extra roll of, what the hell is this stuff? Steel strapping. This is what I use to secure the microwave inside Lucky. Keep that in here because I can't imagine that's something that I'm going to be reaching for very consistently. What else can go in here? Oh yeah, the extra entry gland and a magnet tray. Okay, these can all stay in here. Magnet tray for screws and nuts. Entry gland housing. Let's close itself up. That's good. Okay. All right, now we're cooking. Oh my God, that's so heavy. Okay, careful with your back. And there's only one spot this can go in these drawers. That's at the back of the big drawer. There you go. Okay, looking good. All right, so now I've got this nice big space here, and that's where I used to have the Everwise food pouch, but since it's there now, we've got room. I wonder if I'll be able to fit the geyser there, because like I was saying, I do like this thing, but where I had it before, it's like that's such a frequent use area for something that is not frequently used, right? So there you go. Look at that. fits right in there, no problem. Actually, are all the connections in here? I know the one thing that's not in here. Yeah, so we got the hose and the power cable down there. Okay, good. The one thing is the sponge isn't back here. It's probably hanging in a net somewhere, if I remember correctly. What else can we shove in there? Just to be completely random here, I think the food processor will be something that comes into Tortuga with me, but the waffle maker and the egg boiler can Actually, maybe the egg boiler can come inside as well. Because honestly, how often will I be hard boiling eggs in Lucky? Right? I could hard boil them before I leave, and then it's one less thing in Lucky. Not just a hat rack, my friends. This is kind of fun, rejigging everything, because it's like, I've known for so long in these drawers where things are, even as clustered and overstocked as it was, I did have a general idea of like where everything was when I came to look for it. So it's like, it's the epitome of like when somebody else cleans up your messy space, because they can't stand how messy it is. And it's like, yeah, but now I don't know where anything is, because I had a system. But now rejigging my own system, kind of fun. So, sorry about the wind. Gotta find that dead kitten. Not amongst this mess. There's definitely no dead kitten in here. Oh, right, Grace's toe stuff. So we will grab the cables, bolts, power cord. Bring these over here. Think we will put them in here. Nice and easy to get at when I need to hook up the Irish Pirate Queen. Again, not going to be something I do very often, so it might be, I was going to say maybe it's better that these live in Grace, but no, I use Grace more frequently on the daily for getting around in my life. As an example, what I'm doing here, we got the Christmas ornament, we got the knife sharpener from Cam. Let's bring this over here, and this stuff will come into Tortuga with us, and there we got other things loaded up in here so far. The ducks as well, they serve a better purpose in Grace, so you guys can come with us into Tortuga. Here we go. Very good. Not all of this stuff came from the back. Some of these things I was keeping right down here in this little cubby at the front step, right? I just wanted to show that this was stuff that was in the van, and that was stuff like this. So I've got my breaker bar and my torque wrench and my extension here because they fit so well in that step there. There's no reason for them to move. And then again, easier access when I pull up to a campground. I've got my weenie roasting sticks that don't look like dicks, and just put them down here as well. Stuff these back in there, and then the weenie roasting sticks as well. Other things that were in here include, but are not limited to, the broom to sweep out the step, and the Japanese saw-all from Byron. That used to be on the door, but it was a little clanky, so we'll just stuff this stuff back in here for now. Everything has a spot. Okay, which tools make the most sense to stay with Lucky? Well, definitely the impact gun for the lug nuts. There's no point in that being brought into the house, right? But then the project stuff, it's so hard because again, I want to rebuild Lucky, but that's not going to be happening for a while. But do I really want to go through the headache of moving the tools back into the van? I guess the tools should be one of the last things we do, maybe. All right, well, air fryer, stop hanging out on the ground. You can go right back in here. Wait, how did this work before? How do we have less space than we did then? Maybe this needs to be up here. Oh, that's how we did it. Okay. So that section is by and large remaining the same. Ah, yes, my slippers that my cousin gave me my first Christmas in the van. Those will definitely come in handy in the home. All right. Oh, this thing too. This lint, it's essentially a lint roller for Penny, but it's really good for couches and stuff as opposed to in here. In the van, the actual lint rollers with the sticky tape are much better. So this can come inside as well. All right, we're slowly making a dent. Guess the jack has been in the van so long, there's no need for it to remain out here. Up in that far left corner there with the Everwise emergency food supply, it's something that I'm not going to need to be accessing very frequently. So there's still room in that section. I should be putting stuff there that is sort of, falls under the same category. Right now, glancing at what we have, I've got this window tent that was sent to me by one of my awesome subscribers. That's a limited use item for sure, so that can go in here along with my little Wolfpack fanny pack. There's a whole bunch of like extra not lugs, but like wire ends and nuts and bolts and stuff in there, and it's the same sort of like soft fabric, so keep it nice and light on that side of the drawers. Another thing that, again, it's not, you don't need it in a rush, but my Noco battery boost pack. This thing is awesome. I've had it for a while. It was sent to me by Jackie. Thank you again, darling. It can ride back here as well if this works. Yeah, it's a little, actually, what if we do this like this? Put this up here and this down there. There! Making it work. We still have more room for other non-essential things. Right, I replaced my spark plug wires, but I only needed one, so I had to buy, but you can't just buy one, at least not from Lordco. I had to buy a whole box of them. Am I really going to be in an emergency situation where a spark plug wire goes? Like while I'm out in the bush? Maybe. Alright, you guys can stay as well. Although we could break this down and just... You don't necessarily need to keep them in the box. The box is a little obnoxious. Huh. There we go, right? Just toss them in here. There. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Also, this doesn't even include my top loading cupboard in here, right? Like, I can put stuff in here that I haven't been keeping in here because a lot of the stuff that I did have in here has come out, right? And other things could come out still as well. So I still need to go through this, and then other stuff could come in. It's literally what I just said. Wow, we're doing great. As an example, right? All of this room in here, well, okay, maybe not this side, but those are all like spices and stuff that I'll want to keep on hand. So that one can kind of stay the way it is. But making more room in this section, I can bring stuff that you don't necessarily want to be going to the back for. Stuff like aluminum foil, or there was something else too. Oh yes, the taco seasoning. This was all in the back drawer. I've got a little bit of it. This was sent to me in abundance by someone not so long ago. Thank you very much. And I do have that little taco seasoning holder box that Brooklyn and Lindsay made me for Christmas right in here. I think, oh, it's falling apart. It's seen better days. Oh no, there's room for some of it. Here, let's see. Stuff it in here. There we go, right? Like this. There, that's about full. So that'll be good for our road supply of taco seasoning. And the rest of this can definitely come into the house with us. So put that over there for now. And then, yeah, the tin foil can sit in here, because who wants to go outside to get tin foil when you need it? Although, by and large, if I'm being honest, over 3.5 years living in the van full time, I don't think I reached for tin foil very often. If I'm not mistaken, this specific box was purchased so that I could ball it up into like this little fist of things so I could clean a grill. Because turns out tin foil's really good at cleaning off like barbecue grills. Who knew? I do now. But yeah, it's fun to reorganize. Don't leave the broken bit of your taco seasoning box in there. My goodness. Also, get your poop in a group. Epicure seasoning. Why upside down? Bloody creamy wrench. And continuing on with this epic quest, the paperclip container. Got an abundance of these, and we got even more that were sent to us for sticks and bricks. So this one definitely doesn't need to come inside. Nancy just sent us some more, and they are at Tortuga. Camping chair, paper clips, as you do. Oh yes, and this. I've had this forever. This flash fuel, speaking of Craze Outdoors. This came from them way back in the day, but I haven't been drinking coffee lately, so this is like my emergency stash of coffee. Well, actually, speaking of which, this doesn't need to be taking up space back here. So again, Kobe, we'll put that in the top loader up there. Paper clips, again, not going to be something that I need consistently, but if there's room right here, perfect. And then we can move on to the next section, and we'll put our camping chair right here. What the heck is this? Hello? Silicone dielectric compound. Oh, you fell out of the box for these. You can sit right there. And we're slowly getting there. What a fun day. All right, we're getting there. Got a lot of stuff loaded up into the, let's call it the Tortuga box. Propane tank back in here, and definitely making a dent. So some tools in here, like that jigsaw, a perfect example of something that I would never need in a pinch. That would be for a project that I am planning, right? So I can bring that with me when I deem it necessary. But other things I've left in here so far, right? I got the fans back here, the saw, the sander, because those things I feel like I don't ever think I would need those inside the house, but I might need them in a pinch, you never know. And I think I've made the decision already that this is not going to stay in Lucky, this blue Rubbermaid with all of that stuff in it, right? I'm going to take this out, and it's going to come inside as well, because again, it's got wiring in it, it's got heat shrink in it, it's got this, that, and the other thing. And again, that's not a in the pinch list of items, right? So we'll make a bunch more space in this big drawer here for Lucky and fill it with camping stuff. Like that is the intention for into the future, right? But for now, yeah, I'll probably move that to the front and it'll get schlepped in with me with the big black box as well. And yeah, the drawer back here is looking way more organized. That section's done. This section, we got the pancake mix, we got the chair, the magnet mounts. Those are going to be getting put to use hopefully sooner rather than later. I got some extra bungee cords, a spare pirate flag as one does, and then this drawer, I mean, it's sort of becoming the first aid drawer, but oh yeah, well, that's a good point. Grab these. Right, because we got the first aid kit on the front here. I got my peroxide, which I was going to bring into the house because Brooklyn's gotten so good at doing the monkey bars lately. She's giving herself quite the calluses on her hands, and you know, one tore open the other day and I wanted to clean it, and I thought, well, I don't have anything in the house, so I brought in the Dettol. If you're not familiar with what that is, it's an antiseptic, and it worked quite well. Pirate Princess screamed her little face off, but she doesn't have an infection, and you know, now I've got one in the van and I've got one in the house. Don't have to worry about it. Less stuff bouncing back and forth. Now, a few items left here. Well, some of them are just scrappy stuff, like we got extra quick seal, we got an adapter for trailer towing, we've got some electrical tape, and we got some self-tapping screws here. Bring all this stuff for now. This can just go, well, just hang out there for a second. Other tools I'm keeping, like the impact drivers and stuff, or not the impact drivers, I keep saying that, the impact guns are there with the wrenches, because again, I don't see myself using those inside. But we do need the drill, which we have, and the drill bits. So check and check. Heat gun check. Heat gun is something that will definitely end up in that bin and come in. Here we've got Baza. I need to put together a camping box for Grace as well. And Baza, the wiener roasters, can go in Grace's camping bin, which is not here right now. So for now, in there. Yes, extra paper, which is, this stuff's great for masking off when you're painting. I won't be painting Grace, and I probably won't be painting inside the house. There we go. And then back over here, I think I want to take this, which came from Kim, Miss Kim Jones herself. Hello, darling. This was on the front of the good ship Lucky for the longest time until it got replaced with the Lucky license plate that is currently adorning the bumper, right? So this could be a cool little bit of Van Life Plus memorabilia that gets brought inside and put on display, perhaps in the streaming room. And then we got the EcoFlow, the mat, the little stool there, the ruler. Well, the ruler can go away. And also, I've had these since the beginning of my van life. These are corn on the cob holders that my dad made decades ago. They're just out of little pieces of dowling and screws, and they work really well when you're having corn on the cob. Unfortunately, corn on the cob is not something I partake in very often. But we have them if we need them. First of the two tools that are still left out. We'll start with the drill. Obviously. Go over here and we'll sit on our front porch of the van. And just like I did when I was rebuilding Lucky and I made her a new one, we now take the litter pans we bought. Actually, I want to see if this fits in here. It should be the same one because I made this to the proper dimensions in here. Oh yeah, it fits perfectly. We're only putting holes in one of these and it's super simple. I just take the drill, right? Fire it up, make a hole. At random, goes through super easy. Do it over the other pan because in doing this, a bunch of little plastic bits are going to come off. You collect them in the bottom pan and then it's going to be super easy to dump into the garbage can and get rid of. And the whole thing here is you want to make the holes big enough where when the wood pellets turn to sawdust, when she piddles on them, you sift it and the sawdust goes through the holes, but the wood pellets that are still good do not, right? So you can either just do individual holes and make a bunch of them. I've also found that drilling in and then keeping the drill going and dragging down just a little bit to sort of make a peanut shape, that helps sift it out as well. You don't need as many holes, so just something like through and then keep it going and just pull. And I got myself a little peanut for the sawdust to disappear through. So it takes a while, but it saves you some money. So that's what I'm gonna do for the foreseeable future. You can get as creative as you want. Make pictures, shapes, faces of your enemies, and then just sort of, it's all valid. Exactly what it looks like, right? Super simple. And just do that till the whole bottom is aerated. Which brings us to the second tool that we kept out, which is the heat gun. And what do I want that for? Well, not to remove stickers, but I've been using here on the channel for quite a while, actually, ever since it was sent to me, alien tape, right? The double-sided tape that I've seen on TV crap works very well. Well, unless it's meant to keep your Starlink router on the wall, my goodness. This thing is very heavy, so obviously it has its limitations. I mean, technically it's still on the wall, so it's working, just a little cockeyed and slanty, but is what it is. You're pooping a group. Starlink router, you're not even activated right now, Javastard. But yeah, I used some alien tape to mount up my Nintendo Switch dock back here, right next to the emergency stash. And I tried to get this off the other day to bring it into the house, because honestly, I don't even remember the last time I docked my Switch in the van. Every time I'm in here, the Switch is so perfect for van life because it's portable and you can just play it handheld. So I would like to bring this into my streaming room. However, the 2 strips of alien tape on the other side of this are very secure. And I tried prying in there with a knife and I saw myself bending the dock, for crying out loud. Like, it's really stuck on there. You can't even twist it off because it's such a long form of it. So I'm hoping that by hitting it with a little bit of heat from the heat gun, we can loosen it up, but I don't know. There is not a lot of room to work here, right? But nothing ventured, nothing gained. So let's see if we can get it off with that guy. There we go. That is attached to our inverter down here. There we go. The good ship Lucky's battery capacity is currently at 83%. Haven't been driving her lately, and she was under a tree. We also need to take her to a car wash today, but I'm getting ahead of myself. All right. I'm just going to go for it on setting number 2. Don't melt my Switch dock. Yikes. Keep this moving. I don't want it to... I don't know, dude. Oh. This is how we burned down the good ship Lucky. I ended up bending the dock more than anything else. There we go. Come on. See? Like, I'm bending the dock. I'm actually doing damage to the dock. Like, at this point of filming, the Switch 2 comes out in a couple days, so it's not the end of the world if I have to leave this in here. Or if, worst case scenario, we break it right now. But I'd rather not. I'd still like to be able to dock the original Switch. This just goes to show that alien tape really cures up sometimes. It's also what's preventing me from using it inside the house to hang photos. I have this beautiful picture frame and an 8x10 photo of Brooklyn in it, but it doesn't have any hanging abilities. And it's like, well, alien tape would work, but what if it happens when I want to switch the photo out? Better be a photo I like looking at. This is really not worth it, I don't think. Oh, wait. Get up there and twist. One more time. And twist. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Come on. No, even though I'm getting the bottom off, the top is like rock solid again. This strip up here. Like, it's just, I don't think this is worth it, honestly. This is something else. So, you know what? If anybody has a suggestion, leave it in the comments on getting that situation off my wall. Let me know. I'm all ears. But I'm not going to struggle with it any longer because I can feel myself risking breaking the damn thing. Maybe the good ship Lucky just comes with a Switch dock. So for now, we're pretty much well packed up. Just got to get the big bin in here. I've still got this portable TV tray that was sent to me by Sharon. I was considering bringing this into the house, but honestly, this will serve me so much better for when I'm in Lucky and spending a night in here lounging, watching TV. And with more room in here, well, eventually, for things, it won't feel like it's so cluttered when it's just resting somewhere like up on the fridge or, in this case, on the bed. Got my camping light here. I wonder if we can find a spot for it. Can it fit over here? Probably not. Oh, I can. Let's turn off the inverter. There we go. No, not really. I did bring in my utensils. They can go in here. But yeah, once I tackle this and get it organized, this light will probably fit in here, no problem. Or right now, that's fine too. Perfect! It's like we planned it that way. Ah yes, the game controllers for the N64. These stragglers, those can definitely come in with us. We'll put those down there in lieu of being able to get the Switch dock off the wall. And then our plate, this needs to go back up here on the wall. Our air fryer book from Jackie can stay because the air fryer is remaining in Lucky for now. We've got extra paper towel as we do. Our little light for streaming, don't need that anymore really.
That goes here, perfect. As well as these extra hats, they can finally come in as well. All right, we can get the Benchmade knife back on Lucky's door. That is a staple that is not going anywhere, for sure, for sure. Hats into the bin. Pee bottle back over here. And the EcoFlow, you're gonna have to come into the house and get charged up so you don't get all, you know, battery damaged and whatnot. Oh yes, along with our drinking rum before 10 a.m. makes you a pirate, not an alcoholic. Decorations. Right, bin nice and loaded up. Let's close it up. Before we load it up, I'm most likely just gonna be picking Brooklyn up with the good ship Lucky today. So let's get the swivel seat swiveled the right way, shall we? And we're back. Cool. Got our car seat here. Got some rags to do a little bit of cleaning on Lucky's dash. Guess that could be the next thing we do. Time has definitely gotten away on me. I will not have time to go for a wander through the bird sanctuary today, but that is a-okay. Just gives us an excuse to come back in the future. All right, for now, you go back there, Joe Bastard. Okay, now the question is, how heavy did we make this bin? Oh, damn. Not heavy at all. Awesome. Glad that stuff was so light. So we get that into storage. When we get back to Tortuga, we got the blender from Cheryl. Put that up here. Definitely going to utilize that soon. Anything? No, lights out. Anything else for now? No, I think we can move to the front of the good ship Lucky now. Excellent. Should have known this wasn't going to be a one-day thing. There's a lot of stuff in here, right? That's a long time that I lived in this tiny home on wheels. That's a... Wow, everything is askew right now. The camera angle, the chapeau, and what is this shit? We are taking care of that today. Maybe. Do we have enough time? Where's me phone? Hey Siri, where are you?
I'm over here.
Where's here? Oh my god, she's on the fridge. Alright, well, just like old times. I guess alternatively, I could have just asked her to tell me the time. But, oh, we've got a little bit of time if we heave-ho now. So maybe I want to clean up Lucky's dash, but maybe we will take off now because, yeah, I've been toying with the idea, and by toying, I mean I've just been letting it happen, of growing my hair out because I'm a curious, silly man, and I want to know what it's like to have long hair. But why, oh why, would I make the decision to attempt this at the beginning of summer? That is stupid, and we're going to deal with this, and we'll try again next winter. For now, hack it off. Ha ha! That's way better! Oh my god, what was I thinking? I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the way it was specifically styled, but it's much more me. And now bring on the summer. And I don't have to wear my hats anymore. I can also, most importantly, with getting a haircut now, I don't have to time it for when I'm going to have a shower, because I have one on demand, which is amazing, which is what I'm going to have to take care of right now, because that's the worst. One of the bad things about the hat situation, though, is, where's this gonna go? That's not gonna work. Gonna have to do this again. That's great. Anyway, oh, that feels awesome. And now I don't have, well, this is exposed now, but hopefully that means we can get it under control. Stupid bloody hat tan line. Anyway, onwards and upwards to glory.